All right, your thoughts create your reality, but what does that actually mean, and what is the reality that you desire? Now, my name is Calvert, and I'm a high performance expert teaching people how your mind creates your reality, how you turn thoughts into things. But sometimes we hear about these concepts, we understand the power of visualization, we understand to an extent that we need to set goals, but we do not understand the science and how it actually works with our mind. Now, in this very short video and under 10 minutes, I'm going to draw for you your mind. I'm going to explain to you how you actually can start to achieve goals instead of setting goals. Have you ever come to the start of the year or some point in your life where you've said, I'm going to go after this goal, but something happens along the way, you get stuck, you procrastinate, or you simply are doing what you're told to do, but it's not working? Well, the reason is because there is a science to this. There are two parts to the mind. One is for goal setting, one is for goal achieving. So I'm going to explain that in this drawing that I'm going to do for you. Also, I'm going to explain to you, have you ever felt that when you're about to go after something, something pulls you back? Almost like there's a bungee cord at your back. You want to take action, but something is stopping you. Well, I'm going to explain to you what that is. And lastly, I'm going to explain to you what the invisible ceiling is that you feel you just cannot get past. Whether you're an entrepreneur or business owner or somebody who is striving towards a goal, it might be a health goal, it could be an income goal, but you keep getting stuck. You keep plateauing at a certain level and you feel like there's this invisible ceiling and you just cannot smash through it. Well, we're going to break that down as well. So let me take you to the whiteboard. Under 10 minutes, you're going to get so much value that you're going to start to look at goal setting and goal achieving in a totally different way. First thing we want to ask ourselves is, what do I want? Now, the reason that I say want is because a lot of people go after what they need. If you're going after needs in life, I need more money, I need more time, I need more health, I need better relationships, that is actually coming from a negative standpoint. When we go after needs, we are limited automatically in our energetics in our mind. Now, I'm not going to get into that too much in depth, but the thing I want you to ask yourself today is not what you need. What would you want? What would you absolutely love in life? If you have not got a goal in your mind, a worthy destination, and let's say you are here, you've got to know what you want so that you can start to move towards it. Now, that makes a lot of sense, and I think a lot of people understand. I need to know what I want, and then I need to go after it. But what happens every time you go after a goal? What happens is you actually get stuck. Stuck perhaps on the how, the when, am I going to be able to do it? There are certain things that come up in our minds that holds us back every time. And the reason that I've started with want is because wanting is going to create a desire. In fact, if I start to draw you and draw your mind, this is going to help you understand you a lot more. This is the mind and this is the body. Now, this is a diagram that my mentor, Bob Proctor, taught me over 10 years ago. Through this very diagram, I have changed my whole life. I earn tens of millions. I live in a wonderful home. I have a wonderful relationship. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. And I live every day how I want. Now, you might be thinking that's good for you, Kim, but this is about me. But the only reason I share that is because I once felt very, very different. And I started to understand how the mind created my reality. Now, we're talking about results, and results is really the aim of the game. So I'm going to put an R here to represent your results in life. Your results in life are a direct reflection to how you think. And in fact, it's how you're programmed to think. Now, this happens at a subconscious level. I'm going to put a P here. This bottom part of your mind is called the subconscious. The top part of your mind is called the conscious mind. And then we also have, you can cut this wee bit out. Then we also have senses. We have sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. And we operate all day. You can see me right now. You're hearing what I'm saying. And we're gathering information from the outside world. And this information is coming in. Now, let's say you're using your eyes. You look at your bank account, or you look at your body in the mirror, or you look at something, a result in your life, and it's not how you want it to be. It's negative. Do you know what happens? In your conscious mind, you start to think negatively because you can see, but my reality is, Kim, this is what's happening. And you start to think negative. Now, every thought is energy, and energy must move into form. So this thought actually moves into what we call your subconscious mind and creates a negative feeling. Now, that feeling, emotion, so you might look at the bank account, think this is not good, then start to feel fear. Okay, that's the easiest way to look at this. That fear, which I've said is an emotion, this is your emotional part of your mind. If we actually look at the word emotion, it's energy in motion. And what that means is that energy, this negative energy that you've now went into, moves to the body and creates a negative energy in your body. Now, if you don't understand that and you don't know how to deal with that, there's a couple of things that are going to happen. Number one, you go out in your business or in your life and you take more action. You're working harder than you've ever worked. And you and I both know, we look around the world today, people are working longer hours, they're working more jobs, we're working harder, but our results are staying the exact same. Why? Because we're taking action from a negative state of mind, which flows through the body, and what goes out must come back. That is universal law. It's called the law of cause and effect. You might have heard of the law of attraction. Well, this is how it operates. Now, we're talking about goals because ultimately you want to create great results here. You want positive results. You want a positive bank account. You want positive health. You want positive relationships. You want to live how you want to live every day. You want to feel fulfilled and you want to have calmness of mind. So what we're all going after is positive results. Now, this is where I help people reverse engineer their results in life. If you can tell me what you want, I can show you how to get it because it's a science. So the first thing that I work with every client is defining what is it you want. Because I said earlier, wants are all about desire. Desire is when you have an emotional, I want to live that dream life. I want to bring the kids to Disney. I want to build my business to 7 figures and beyond. There's a desire with that. If you're going after needs, that actually operates on a conscious level. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. They're not emotionally involved. If you're saying, I need to get out of debt, that's not exciting, okay? You might want that, but actually it's not that you want to get out of debt. You want to create abundance. And it's all about the energetics and how we go after our goals. So if you want to create positive goals, we need to create a positive energy in your body. Now that means we've got to change what's going on in the subconscious mind. Now I want to show you something that will really highlight this. How many times have you went after a goal and you've said to yourself, okay, I really want whatever it is, we're going to put it up here. You've thought in your mind, I'm going to get the dream body. I'm going to go out and start my business. And the goal has been in your mind and you're saying, yes, I want that. And then the next day, you start to feel the bungee cord. You start to feel something holding you back. Well, what that is this paradigm. It's a collection of habits and beliefs. Habits and beliefs that are not in alignment with your goal. Now, what that means is your goal literally gets kicked out of your mind. Have you ever thought start of the year about goals and then suddenly it's February, March, April, you're doing the same thing you've ever done? Why? Well, let me tell you. This part of your mind, the subconscious, this is what creates the results in your life. And it controls 96 to 98% of everything that you actually do. That's huge. The subconscious pattern that is in your mind that controls your habits and your beliefs controls 96 to 98% of everything you do out here. Whereas the conscious mind controls 2 to 4%. So that's why you've thought about getting fit, and then the next day the alarm goes off and you don't want to get out of bed. This is what we call the knowing-doing gap. This is what's keeping you stuck. This is what is not allowing you to get past that invisible ceiling. Now, last thing I want to show you in this video. If you want to change this, we ultimately have to change the programming. Your mind is like a mini computer. It's a biocomputer. It has habits and beliefs that are dictating what you do out here. So the whole art of goal achieving is very easy when you start to learn the science. Now, one thing that I want to make so clear, goal setting happens on a conscious level. Goal achieving, actually going out and achieving your goals, happens at a subconscious level. This is what I help individuals like you move from just thinking about a goal to actually believing they can achieve the goal. Because you've got beliefs in here. You've got things that you think about you. Am I worthy? Can it really happen for me? You've got beliefs around money. You've got beliefs around so many things like time. And this is the part of your mind that must change so that we start to stop setting goals and we start to achieve goals. Now, when you start to do that, what happens, and this is the outcome you want, instead of having a goal that you really want, and right now you might find you have got habits and beliefs that do not match the goal. They're not in harmony. And this is what really defines a goal setter and a goal achiever. A goal setter has big ideas, but does not have alignment in their habits and their beliefs to go out and execute the ideas. So they maintain the negative vibration, they go and take more action, and they get more of the same, creating more here. And that's not what we want. What you can learn to do is you can start to change your habits and beliefs to be in harmony with the goal. Now, I like to explain this in a color-coded way. I want you to think of a goal. And let's say right now this is a blue goal for talk's sake. Then what you've got to do is you've got to create blue habits and blue beliefs. Now, they're not really blue, but what this means is if you're going after a goal to multiply your income, there's some habits you're going to have to change. You're probably procrastinating. You're probably not taking action on the things that you need to take. Your belief, you probably don't believe that you're worthy of whatever the income is. That was me. But when I changed my habits and beliefs at a subconscious level to align with the goal, what happened was I started to take actions that were now in harmony. And what that means is I start to get new results that give me the results that I desire. Now, this is what I'm going to teach you in my 5-part series of the Goal Getter's Guide. I have only went really fast through this process, but what if I could take you through a 5-part series where I'm going to teach you how to think bigger, I'm going to teach you where to start, I'm going to teach you how the mind works, I'm going to go really in depth to your habits and your beliefs, and I'm going to teach you how to finally break through that invisible ceiling. And the last and final part of it is the creation process. How you can finally create a goal that you've desired more than anything. It might seem absolutely crazy. When I first set my goals, everyone laughed at me. Everybody said it couldn't be done. But I am proof, 10 years later, I'm living the life that I once just dreamt about. But there's a difference between a dreamer and an achiever. And I can show you the science, I can give you the roadmap, all through my Goal Getter's Guide. You can go ahead right now and access over 5 hours of content of me teaching you this process so that you can go away and have that roadmap and create the goals that you desire. So check it out, it's down below, and I'll see you inside the Goal Getter's Guide.